Hello and welcome to my meditation. I am so grateful that you have joined us for this little while, and so humbled and honored too that you choose to spend some time with me. We are going to embark on a new adventure which is about healing that sense of unworthiness. As I've been exploring this idea of healing, it has come clearer and clearer to me that one of the reasons why we don't heal is because we don't feel somewhere deep inside us, we don't really believe that we deserve it. And I know that you deserve it. So let's get started. So we have another kind of windy day here in Kansas. Oh, what an interesting and beautiful summer we've had. So let's begin with our 3 nice, really deep breaths. Breathing in really deeply. Sorry, I'm trying to move out of the wind. There we go. Really deeply moving, filling up our bellies with air, holding it for a second and just kind of blowing it out like a cleansing breath. And one more. And now take the deepest breath you've taken all day and imagine like that air just coming in and cleaning out the cobwebs. Filling up your lungs, your belly, holding it for a second, and then I am ready to release what no longer serves me. And now let's focus on releasing energy from our body so that we can relax. So just draw everything up to the middle line. Press your feet together, your knees together, your legs together. Imagine pulling all the muscles in around your pelvis and your midsection. Clench your fists, pull your arms to your sides, pull all the muscles around your rib cage in. Tuck your chin, draw your shoulders up to your ears. Maybe even squinch your face up. Squeeze it for a second. One breath cycle. And then let it go. And just notice how good that is for our bodies. Oh yeah, we deserve this, don't we? We do. So I was journaling last week, and my journaling is kind of a framework for my next book, which is I think going to be called Amazing Healing. And so that's been my quest for the last 10 or more years. Yeah. So you know what? I was asking my guides and pondering this meditation, do we have to focus on what caused us to feel unworthy? And I really don't think that we do. We just know that there are wounds in there, like little grenades or little, nasty things that have been planted. And we don't need to be aware of all the details that cause them, because sometimes it's pre-memory. We don't remember it. We just know that somehow I'm a bad person. I'm guilty. I'm not worthy. Blah blah blah. So let's just imagine uncovering those wounds. So our breath is going to go through a little treasure hunt. And so we're going to spend some time in silence. Just allow your subconscious, whatever it is, your consciousness, you don't need to be aware of what it is, but just reach it. So let's just breathe deeply. Maybe hear the wind and the rustling of the leaves in the trees here. And if you find yourself in pain or discomfort, that means you have located the target. And if you are not in discomfort, don't worry about it. Let's sink a little deeper now to really kind of take up space in that area that is ready to be healed, that place where we do not feel worthy. And be extra kind and gentle to yourself. Just know that the infinite presence moving in, through, and as you is guiding you through this process. I'm just kind of the guy like on the airport tarmac that points the little arrows in that direction, but your subconscious as one with the infinite is truly guiding your process. And just breathe into that space for a moment. And the thing about wounds is we can't reason with them. We can't talk them out of it. So telling yourself, I am worthy, and giving yourself all of these, positive messages, while a lovely thing to do, doesn't always heal the wound, because the wound is not logical. It doesn't listen to reason. It just is. So as we are now kind of settled into the wound and noticing that it is not as horrible as we thought it would be, it's not as scary, let's just sit and be and know that the sunlight of the Spirit is radiating out through our thoughts, through our presence, through all of our cells into this wound. Just breathe into it. And together hold the thought. Whether you call your higher power God, or one presence, one power, divinity, whatever it is, let's call upon it and just ask, affirm, I invite my healing now. Breathe into that. I invite the healing. I am open to heal right now. I don't have to explain it. I don't have to reason with it. I just am ready to allow it to heal. And I accept my healing right now. We know that God is timeless. We know that there is no time on the other side, so we only have time in this human existence, as far as we know. And so let's remember that things can happen instantaneously. They don't, just because the wound, has festered all these years, and it maybe was a recurring thing every time that, for me, every time my mother said, shame on you, the wound got a little deeper, got a little more sore and more rough. So even though all that happened over, lots of years, we never underestimate the power of the one presence moving in, through, and as us. We don't underestimate that. It can heal us instantaneously. So again, let's hold the thought. I accept my healing right now. And the guides are telling me that a few things might happen after doing this meditation. One is you may already be crying. You may feel the need to cry unexplainably. I don't know why I feel like crying, but I just do. And I invite you to find a safe place to let yourself cry, to let those emotions out. That's what happens when we finally reach the wound and make it okay. When we finally, find acceptance in the wound. And another thing that might happen is you become more aware of the wound. You find, pain. And, I think each of us has kind of weak places. The astrology would tell us that, and I don't know whether it's, an astrological thing, but, you know people, and it's like, well, yeah, this person has osteoporosis, or this person has weak knees, or acid reflux, whatever our things are. And I have yet to know anybody who makes it to middle age or after that hasn't encountered something of this nature. And my sense is that that's an indication of where our wounds are. So you can invite the healing into those spaces, knowing that the spiritual, mental, and emotional wound is probably nearby. So if you have a flare-up of one of your things this week, just know it's a sign of healing. And you just did sort of a spiritual surgery on yourself. And if you've ever known anyone who's had surgery, sometimes they say the second day after surgery is harder than the first. So know if you have some hard days coming up, it's because you're healing. And that is a miracle to heal. You are a wonderful, beautiful soul, absolutely whole and perfect exactly as you are. And I know that somewhere inside of you, you know that you were created from the infinite as an expression of the infinite. And there's nothing less than about that. All of these ways that humans have come up with to compare each other is just silliness. It just distracts us from knowing our wholeness. Not that they're not fun or entertaining. And I invite you to spend some time each day remembering your wholeness, remembering who you are, what you are. Take another nice, deep, deep breath. Another nice deep breath. And remembering that you are truly whole and perfect exactly as you are. There's nothing that you need to apologize for or explain. You are a beautiful, beautiful soul expressing on this planet, and I am so grateful that our paths have crossed. So the infinite presence moving in, through, and as me honors and recognizes and sends unconditional love to the infinite presence moving in, through, and as you. Namaste.